what do you do?
Okay. My name's Tom Kenyon and I'm a development producer working on different platforms, so online and TV, for the BBC.
Creativity in your work?
In my work there's the meaning of creativity is about finding new ways to tell stories and new ways to engage our audience. So whether that's in what we call lean back media, so watching TV and enjoying a story playing out, or lean forward where you're actively involved in something and either affecting a storyline or creating your own. And I think there's also creativity in our work also looks at how you can inspire creativity in the young, in our audience.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you think we now have a shared brain?
Well, I think we're getting to the point of a shared source of intelligence, and at the moment it's very much led by Google, I would say. As the most popular search engine, they are the gatekeepers of a lot of shared knowledge. I also think that a lot of the work that I know you guys are involved with in locative media will explode at some point into being able to access information directly about things that you see, and the speed of having personal computers meaning more a small phone than a desktop these days means that you can take a lot of information around with you and have access to things at all time. But what I'm interested in is the point at which all kind of factual knowledge, so history and science and directions and all the rest of it, when that becomes available to everyone at the touch of a button, what takes its place in society? Because I think you can share those kind of facts, but emotional intelligence and interpersonal skills and the artistic impulse, I don't know if you can share those in quite such an easy way. I think you can throw your ideas into a ring with other people and use their expertise, but whether you can share them, I'm not so sure.
In a way, I think these competences are geared towards the individual.
Yeah.
Where you also say there could be a situation where you have this kind of collective intelligence, which is in effect maybe the internet at this point.
Yes.
But isn't it the actual paradigm shift is where people see the potential in how to use this collective intelligence in different situations.
Yes.
And I think there lies the big potential. We now use it in kind of traditional ways.
Yeah.
And it's more or less in how do you use this collective intelligence for your own contextual purposes.
No, that's interesting, and I know that the first 20 years of the internet, should we say, has been, I think, about niche communities finding an outlet. So, realizing that your small interests are shared by many, and being able to talk about specific things to a lot of people. But to get that true shared intelligence, you need to bring those niche interests, I guess, together and see how you can learn from each other rather than the several hundreds of thousands of silos of kind of information and talk that there are at the moment. And there are a few places where I think that's happening.
From an economical perspective, if you look at the long tail theories,
yeah,
you can argue if that is a truth, the long tail, but it is about connecting the niche, and you see from an economical perspective that the big revenues come out of connecting the niche.
Yeah. I know certainly in my work, I spend a lot of time in brainstorms with different people from different parts of the company, but often thinking in different ways. And I find that someone suggesting something that is impossible or impractical is often as useful as a good idea, because you have to think around why you can't do it like that. And often that thought process of trying to understand the reasons why not send you off in different directions to, oh, I can't do that, but that's a possibility. And I think there is a place for that. You wonder if the same sort of thoughts were going into, I don't know, engineering or bioscience, if that's what's going to be the next thing. Just the process of answering questions, of dealing with creative thoughts from uninformed people could be useful in expanding those fields.
Oh, interesting. Thank you.